Happy Christmas, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good.
Yes, and show us your gifts you got for Christmas.
Okay, where is your gift? Yeah, there is
Oh!
something. Yeah,
My gift is here.
fine. Let's talk. So, do you know what we are going to talk about today?
We are going to talk about, I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about diabetes.
Yes.
And
Now we are going to do chapter 3.
Yeah, chapter 3, we are going to talk about very important hormone called insulin.
We are wearing our PJs right now.
Yeah, very important hormone called insulin.
Oh,
You know
we
what?
already said insulin.
Do you know what insulin is?
Yes.
Okay, so when we eat food, any food, that secretes a lot of insulin. Don't do that. Come on. Let's continue. Yeah, it secretes a lot of insulin. So insulin helps in the metabolism of food, carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Okay.
Yeah.
There are a lot of foods that we eat have a different response of insulin. Okay. For example, right, we have when you eat foods like rice, it triggers a lot of insulin. And when you eat chalky sugars, it triggers a lot of insulin.
Oh.
So there is something called as glycemic index.
What's glycemic index?
It is like the amount of insulin that your body segregates in response to the food you eat. The more higher the glycemic index is, your body is going to produce a lot of insulin. Insulin has some functions, but it is good, and there is something bad about insulin as well. Okay, when you eat carbohydrates and other things, your body secretes a lot of insulin. And the way that insulin works is insulin takes the energy you have from carbohydrates, right? When you eat, for example, when you are eating an apple,
What's that you have in your hand?
that is nothing. So when you eat an apple, right, it is getting digested and converted to glucose, and your body segregates insulin. And insulin helps in different purpose. Okay, insulin takes glucose and place it into your muscles as glycogen.
What's glycogen?
Glycogen is something that helps you work out by producing energy and other things. Okay, and also there is another function. It also sends the glucose to all the cells so that you can work. Okay, and the other thing is, like, insulin converts excess glucose into fat and store it everywhere around your tummy, around your tushy.
Why?
Because like you have excess of energy in your body that you need to store somewhere. So
But why don't we get fat?
why are we getting fat? Fat is the concentrated energy store that your body can use later on. Like also insulin stores glucose in your liver. So what happens is, when you are not eating for so long, your body runs low in glucose, right? Well, your liver is started to do something called as glycogenesis, which is like production of glucose into the blood. Okay, so it is maintained by the amount of insulin in the blood. Okay, slowly what happens when you are eating more this carbohydrates, you started to secrete more insulin into the body. And what started to happen is, you started to accumulate a lot more fat, and you started to accumulate a lot more fat around your organs, around your tummy, like this.
So whoever's fit doesn't eat sugar?
Yeah, they eat less amount of sugar, and there is a lot of things. Your body has something called as insulin sensitivity. Okay, so overall, like when your insulin, you remember insulin is a key to store energy.
Yeah.
And what happens is, when it is converting more and more fat, the fat is getting stored around your organs
What happens when you...
and your blood vessels.
What
Listen.
happens if you get like 2,000 much sugar a day?
Yeah, everything get converted to fat, and fat is stored around your body, organs, and in your cells. And slowly what happens is, this fat storage and the over secretion of insulin makes the body adapts to everything. Okay, and body makes the body less sensitivity to the insulin.
But why?
That is called insulin resistance. That is a stage called pre-diabetes. Why? Like your cells are surrounded with the fat, and the insulin that your body secretes is like not being considered by the cells, and your body doesn't transfer energy into the cells, and you more and more you have more amount of insulin in the body, and the faster you become fat, and you store fat. Okay, go ahead. What is your question?
I need to put my lip balm.
No, come here. Come here, young lady.
My lips are dry.
Let's finish this. So this is something called as pre-diabetes. You know pre-diabetes?
What?
That is called when you have more amount of insulin at the same time when you have more amount of sugars and glucose in your body, it is a stage called pre-diabetics. And people will, if they are not fixing that condition somehow, it is going to go into a state called diabetes. Do you know what is diabetes? Right?
No.
Get up. So diabetes is something like, so when your body reacts to everything, like your body is a natural adapter. Okay, what happens is when it realizes that your body has a lot of insulin, it thinks that, oh, we are overproducing insulin and body is full of insulin, right? And then like, let's stop producing the insulin. So what happens? Body stop producing the insulin level drops, but your sugar levels will be still being high. So insulin,
Like how high? 100?
yeah, very high. So insulin resistance is something
About this high?
yeah, insulin resistance is something that causes diabetics. Okay, so did you understand what causes diabetes today? We talked about insulin, how insulin is produced, and what are the foods that trigger more insulin, and what happens when you have more insulin. And there is also the problem of frequent eating. When you frequently eat, you are producing the fat storing hormone called insulin. Okay, go ahead, Amo.
In the end of this video, I'll show the reindeer I pictured, and I tried to do it with my dad's reindeer.
Fine. Okay, we are done. Like we today talked about insulin, how it is used, how it is important for storing energy to the muscles, and what causes diabetics. So we are reaching to our chapter called diabetics.
Yeah, so how many chapters are we going to do?
We are going to do 15 or 20 chapters. We are going to talk about like our body has lot of important things. Our body is a complex designed object.
Okay.
Yeah, we are going to talk about all of our body. We are just starting with diabetics. Okay, let's say Happy Christmas again and bye bye.
No, I want to show my reindeer. One sec.
Okay, bye bye.
Dad, I didn't show them my reindeer.
Come quick, young lady.
Here is my professional reindeer. Bye bye.
Oh, it's so cool. Bye bye.